kind of a long question. Let me read it out for you all. Here's the question. You're dating a hot girl for 3 to 4 months, and now you're exclusive. Got it. She becomes a bit withdrawn, and you find out she's been texting a player she used to date. Then they're flirting. They're suggesting hanging out soon. She becomes less responsive, and she says she can't meet this week. You confront her. She blocks him, explains why she texted. Okay. She cries and begs for a second chance. How do you handle it? She didn't cheat, but what about your dignity, lack of respect when sitting next to you and texting him? Very deep question. Really good, deep question. It's difficult, right? It's a difficult question because she didn't cheat, but then you have to ask yourself, why was she texting her, you know, a guy that she was seeing before, a guy that she slept with? Why is she messaging him? Why is she flirting with him? What I'd say to you, man, is don't judge her too much, right? This is just my opinion. It might be very different to most guys, but this is my opinion. Don't judge her too much. For me, I dated, you know, really beautiful girls, incredible girls, and if I got upset every time a guy looked at her, approached her, messaged her, then we would have broken up instantly, right? Just because, you know, she was so beautiful. And that just comes with the card. So I would definitely give her a second chance, but just be very clear with her. Like, if you mess up one more time, I am out of here, right? If you're dating her for 4 months and it is officially exclusive and you had the conversation of being exclusive, then it is a fuck up. She did fuck up, but it's up to you whether you want to continue it or not. Just make sure she understands that she fucked up, right? Now, if you didn't have the exclusive conversation about, you know, staying together, then, you know, that is just a little mistake, right? You always want to have the conversation with a girlfriend that you're exclusive and that you want to see her and have a committed relationship, right? But if you didn't have that conversation, then that's a mistake. If you did, then, yeah, you know, she kind of fucked up, right? She shouldn't be texting another guy that she slept with. So it's your call, man, but she didn't cheat, so I'd keep that in mind, right? I say give her a second chance. If she's really worth it, let her learn from the mistake. No one's perfect. We've all made mistakes before. If you had a best friend and you cut him off if you made a mistake, you would have no friends, right? You'd have no best friend. Just, it's human nature. She didn't cheat, so it's not that bad, but up to you. Also depends if you had the exclusive conversation too. So that's actually all the questions answered. What I wanted to talk about now is my little manifesto, right? My manifesto for game and night game. Okay. The reason I go out is to meet stunning girls. I love the thrill. I love the excitement. It's just the best thing in the world. Now, the reason that when I see a beautiful girl, I approach her instantly, it comes down to motivation. Are you motivated when you go out, right? Are you motivated when you do day game, when you do night game? There's so many things that come into play, but if we just focus on motivation, everything else will fall into place. Something about me that is kind of weird is that I actually don't have anxiety when it comes to talking to the hottest girls, but I might get a bit anxious when I talk to, you know, a 7 or a cute girl, right? It's really interesting, isn't it? For me, my whole manifesto in game is based off one thing: motivation. Because if you're motivated and you know what works, then ultimately you win, right? You win if you're motivated and you know what works. So are you doing the right strategy? Are you doing something that is kind of like holding you back at this point and not even realizing? I'm a strong believer in really focusing on what you're good at and what you're bad at. Are you struggling with conversation? Are you the type of guy that can't pull? What that comes down to, what that comes down to is self-reflection. The reason that I beat the odds, you know, got excellent at game, you know, grew up with 0 friends and all that story, all that good stuff, is motivation, right? That's it. It comes down to that. Now you might be thinking, Aaron, but how do I get motivated? Well, the answer's simple. Self-reflection and questions, right? Self-reflection and questions is king of motivation. A guy that isn't motivated won't take action, right? Or maybe he will, but he just won't go for the best option. Something I realized from hanging out with some of the best naturals in the world is that they're all extremely motivated. They go out 4 nights a week, they make their job so it supports going out. They get a job so it supports going out 4 nights a week, and it means that much to them, right? That they develop a lifestyle around it. Now that is motivation, right? That's a form of motivation. Even with me, like, you guys probably know this, but I'm like obsessed with getting the hottest girls, right? Just getting the hottest girls, you know, the most gorgeous, stunning, tall models. It's something I live for, right? Because I have a vision that was, you know, born out of self-reflection. So really look at yourself. What are you good at? What are you bad at? It's really important you take a moment and really be honest with yourself, right? If you're getting tons of flakes, then it's time to focus not on your approaching, but on your flakes, right? Why are you getting flakes? It comes down to that. Sorry about the yawning. I'm just working so hard the past week. I can function, but obviously it's just the yawning, so it's all good. I'm doing good though. So my manifesto, right, at the very top is motivation, right, because everything else follows. The step below that is believing that you're the best, right? This is something I talk about all the time. Believing you're the best is probably one of the most important things in the game, right? In my honest opinion. If you don't believe you're the best, you're automatically not going to go for the hottest girls, right? You're kind of just going to go for whatever's handed to you, whatever's on the plate, whatever's kind of easy, whatever's like down to go. That's what you'll focus on. When you don't believe you're the best, there's opportunities that you don't even see, right? It's kind of crazy to think about. But when you do really internalize the belief that you are the best and that you're here to meet the best girl, the most stunning girl, all of a sudden, opportunities come up that were previously invisible, right? That you didn't even realize. It's the craziest thing to witness. All of a sudden, you know, you see a cute girl talking to a guy and you just rationalize to yourself, they must be best friends, right? They must be brother and sister. So it's a really weird thing that happens when you truly develop your entitlement, is situations come up that you actually didn't even see before, right? That you didn't even see before at all. I don't know, in my case, when I truly internalize the belief that I'm the best and everyone can get out my way, I'm here to meet a hot girl, don't get in my way, right? When I have that belief, it's like, it's to the point now that when I see a really hot girl, I don't even have any hesitation, right? I just kind of like see and go, see and go, see and go, see and go. But what's really funny and really weird is that I might hesitate, and I probably will hesitate just a tiny bit when it comes to like a 7 or a 3-star girl, right? But when it comes to 5-star, I realize how rare and scarce and amazing and the internal motivation that I have to go and get her, right? To go and make it happen. So the two things is believing you're the best, number one, and truly accepting the fact that the club is there for you to have fun, right? That's what I wanted to talk about next. The club is there for you to have fun. So there is no reason for you to be scared, you know, nervous, full of anxiety, because the club is, you know, it's there to have fun. It's there to be experienced. One of the biggest things that I tell students is that you don't want to go out to practice game, right? You don't want to go out to talk to girls, get good reactions, and then make an identity out of that, right? Because that will ultimately end you, right? You'll go insane. A man's purpose can't be the good reactions of, you know, drunk young girls in the club, drunk 21-year-olds. A man's purpose needs to be outside of game, right? But it can be on the improvement of life in general. So it's really important to understand that, number one, you're the best, and number two, the club was there to have fun. If you're going out to practice game, it's time to shift that mindset, right? You're only limiting yourself. You're going to be frustrated, you're going to be annoyed, you're going to be angry, you're going to get upset, because you're basing your whole reality off the reactions of drunk girls, which is never, never good. Now, another part of my kind of manifesto in my game is that you want to appreciate, right? You want to appreciate girls. what do you like about the girl that you're talking to? Is she goofy? Is she really intelligent? Does she make you laugh? Is she, like, dressed amazing? As men, it's our job to call this out, right? But not in a surface layer sense. Now, what does that mean? When you see a girl and you talk to her and she's, say, for example, really cool girl to have a conversation with, what you don't do is say, hey, I like talking to you, right? That's too basic. Let's have some water. That's too basic, right? It's too surface. I want you to go deep on this. And the way you do that is, this is what you say. Like, oh my God, like, you're probably the most intelligent girl I've spoken to in a while. And you're so cool. I'm so glad that I approached you. That type of thing. Another example would be, wow, like, I just can't believe how well dressed and gorgeous you are. Like, everyone here is such a drunk idiot, but you're such a cool girl. I'm so happy that I'm talking to you right now and not anyone else. That creates deep, deep connection, right? And that's a really important part of my game. It gets compliance. It makes them, feel special, which is really nice and amazing to do, to kind of enable her to feel special. But also, it really does stand out because society and men in general and everyone focus on a beautiful woman's beauty. But what if you took the focus off your beauty, her beauty, and put it here on who she is as a woman, as a person, as a human being? That's when something incredible happens, right? Is that deep appreciation turns into, in most cases, like if you do it right and you see the girl and you're sleeping together, it turns into love, right? Which is an incredible thing. So instead of complimenting girls, I want you to deeply appreciate them. A couple more examples. You don't want to say, hey, you're really smart. Not good enough. You don't want to say, you're dressed well. I want you to say, wow, like, I can't believe how well dressed you are. Honestly, do you study fashion or something? You're so good. That type of thing. Now, something else that is kind of like tied into this appreciation is comparing her to other people in the venue, right? This is huge. This is massive. When you compare a girl that your decision is made on, when you compare her to other people in the venue, what happens is that it creates a bubble, right? It creates a bubble around you, and it just makes her feel safe. It makes her feel appreciated as hell. And most importantly, it creates trust, right? And this is how you quick pull. One of the main aspects and the main things that make the quick pull work is comparing her to other people in the venue in a positive way. So oftentimes when I find a girl that I like, I would say to her, wow, like, you are so cool. You're like such a good girl. A deep personality comment, as we said. But then I'll say, everyone else here is a drunk idiot. I just love talking to you so much, right? Do you see what we did there? We appreciated, and then we compared her to everyone else in the venue. Something really, really awesome happens too, is she trusts you, she believes in you, and she's more likely to go home with you at that point in time. One sec, guys. Lucas, do you know just need to charge the laptop.